Hello Artsy Peeps, this is Ian DJ, RavenFox13. Welcome back to my channel. In this video, we will try to check and review Etchr Lab Cold Press Sketchbook. This is my gift for myself last Christmas. So today, we'll be trying out different kinds of medium to test the paper and to check whether the sketchbook would be good for one medium or several mediums. So I'll be doing all of the swatching that is needed on the first 2 pages of the journal. If you have any questions, suggestions, or comments, just put it on the comment section down below. Here are some of the art supplies that we will be testing. It would be different kinds of pencils, pens, and inks. I'll be starting with a graphite pencil. Using a graphite pencil, you can easily check the texture of the paper. As you can see here, the tooth of the paper is a little bit on the rough side. Now let's try to use a colored pencil. You can see a similar feel of the grit in the paper. For the third pencil, we will be trying out an aquarelle pencil. It is a pencil that you can activate with water to create watercolor effects. If you have any questions, suggestions, or comments, just put it on the comment section down below. The fourth pencil would be an ink-based pencil. So it creates an ink-based, water-soluble lead. The fifth one is a brush marker that is water-soluble. So you can also create different watercolor-like effects using this brush pen. The fifth is another brush pen. It's a gray one. So this is something that I use for some sketching and studies. For the main part of our video for today, I'll be creating a sketch using a ballpoint pen. Here, I am using my Caran d'Ache ball pen in blue, and I'll be sketching, hatching, and cross-hatching using this pen. I'm creating a succulent here. This is one of my favorite subjects whenever I want to do something quick that doesn't look so simple. So as you can see, I'm not even using a pencil for this because as you already know me, I am not very good in erasing marks on paper. As far as sketching is concerned, I feel that since the paper is a little bit on the rougher side, the ballpoint pen tends to feel a little bit gritty. It is not as smooth when I use it on other sketchbooks that I have, like the Limelight or the ZenArt sketchbook. Nonetheless, we will still continue the test and check whether we will like how it works with the line and wash. Feel free to like and subscribe to my channel for more videos like this. If you have any questions, suggestions, or comments, just put it on the comment section down below. So I'm also using today the Etchr Watercolor half pan set. I am using the pretty pink PV19. So I'll be using one color from the Etchr Watercolor. I'll also be using one of my favorite brush at the moment. It is the Silver Silk 88 brush from Craft Carrot. It is one of the nicest synthetic brush available. So this kind of watercoloring is the basic kind of technique. You just need to add the paint and then try to add water after. It's a mixture of wet on dry and wet on wet techniques in paper. These are my go-to colors whenever I want to sketch something in a monochromatic like color, or in this case, this is more or less a duochrome painting using blue based ink and then creating washes of magenta like colors above it. If you have any questions, suggestions, or comments, just put it on the comment section down below. Feel free to like and subscribe to my channel for more videos like this. Now I added a few spatters. As you can see, the colors of the watercolor can easily be lifted out from this paper, and even after a part of it dries, you can still try to reactivate that part. So I'm trying to add a little detail on the unseen succulents around our main succulent here. Now I'm adding more depth into the picture. Right after it dried, I added another batch of ink work. So this time I'm doing more hatching and cross hatching over it. At this point, you can see that the watercolor has dried and most of the color actually changed into a lighter tint than when it's wet. So I'm now adjusting the values of my sketch. I'm adding more shadows to create more depth on the main subject, and then I'm also trying to create more variety so that you can easily see a third color in between two of the materials that I use. So there would be a sheen of purple seen in this page. Since I am using a transparent color from the Etchr Watercolors and an opaque ink line work using the ball pen from Caran d'Ache. There. Right after this, I have felt that I needed to add more depth. So when the ink has dried, I went into the drawing and then I created some swatches so that I'll remember what are the different materials that I have used for this particular page. So this is usually something that I do whenever I create art journals. So there would be a value scale for the pen from dark to light. So the darkest value that I can produce with the pen up to the lightest value. And then I created another set of those below. If you have any questions, suggestions, or comments, just put it on the comment section down below. Right after that, I'll be creating a quick swatch of the pretty pink PV19 from the Etchr Watercolor pan set. So I first use it in its full strength. I added water. Right after, I created another block. Right after this, I added more water and then created the third block. Right after, I added more water and created the last block below. So I also added the wash over one of the value scale with the pen sketch. There you go. So far, my first impression of this sketchbook is it's, I think, a little bit rough than I have imagined. Perhaps I was used to painting on a little smoother paper or smoother watercolor paper for a period of time, but I think I can work with this because the texture actually accentuates the washes and most of the watercolor techniques that I have been using in this page. As you can see here, I'm adding more depth on the page because I felt that I needed to add more layers of color. If you like a very sketchy or artsy like sketch, especially if you're using charcoal or graphite, I think you would love this cold press paper. The paper for this cold press sketchbook buckles if you add too much water, but it gets back to its original state right after everything has dried. The brush I was using here is a wonder to work with. That's it. Thank you for watching. This is Ian DJ, Raven Fox 13. I hope you learned a thing or two about this video. Feel free to like and subscribe to my channel for more videos like this is Ian DJ, Raven Fox 13. See you again on the next video. Ciao!